What is going on, everybody? Zach RC here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome along to episode 95 of the F1 Ultimate Career Series for the Italian Grand Prix. If you guys did miss the last episode, make sure to go check that one out before you see this one. And as always, if you are new around here, then make sure to get subscribed for more future F1 content as the series continues on. So, 5 races left to go then in the 2025 F1 season, and perhaps one of the most important ones of the entire campaign, if not the entire series so far, the Italian Grand Prix, and our only chance to win this race for Ferrari in the famous red of the prancing horses. We've only got one shot at this. We've won this Grand Prix before. Can we try and do it again? And can we increase our advantage on Max Verstappen in the World Championship? Won our driver rating rivalry, no concern to us, and leading both our teammate and championship rivalries too. In terms of R&D points, not a lot of points here, only 447 on the board. Go put those towards, I think, one upgrade going to this Grand Prix. Go put upon the powertrain there that are coming for the next race in Singapore, and that will put us ever closer to McLaren and Red Bull. We're more or less, it's more or less a three-way tie at this point for the fastest team. Any team going to it with the fastest car, but our straight line speed is superior. In terms of our power unit, everything seems all fresh. We'll leave that for now. And in terms of the World Championship, then 5 points clear of Verstappen. Norris more or less out of the fight at this point. It's down to just us and our championship rival, the Dutchman, in the Red Bull for a chance at our 3rd world title. We advance time here and getting set for our only shot to win this thing for Ferrari. It's the Italian Grand Prix, and qualifying is coming up next.
They call it the Temple of Speed, and the pilgrims have come to worship. It's all about the speed today. Qualifying awaits us. Welcome to Monza for the Italian Grand Prix.
So the Temple of Speed awaits us once again for one final qualifying session at this hallowed ground in Ultimate Career, and attempts to try and take pole position for what could be a crucial race both for us in terms of personal gain and in the World Championship.
Okay, the guys have found a leak in one of the coolant lines, so we're patching that up as we speak. Hold tight for now until we've got everything checked over.
So a quick mechanical fault then will cost us just under 2 minutes on the board. Once that's all sorted, we time now for our first flying laps. Heading down towards Parabolica for the first time. Of course, ERS is waiting there, fully charged. Verstappen's going towards the line now for his first time. It's a 1:19.8 for Verstappen. That's our target time to try and beat on this first lap. Out to the last corner and down towards the line to start our first flying lap here. Past the grandstands, going down towards that very tight first chicane, going down towards turn 1. Can't use too much ERS here. Got to save plenty of it for the remainder of the lap. Into the braking zone now, looking for a clean entry and a clean exit over that curve a bit through turn 1. On corner exit, going to try and avoid sliding too much as we make our way out of turn 2 and down towards turn 3 now. The right-hander, Curva Grande, that long sweeping corner, heading down towards the next chicane and looking for a strong end to this first sector to get us off to a good start. Going towards the end of the first split now. It's a 26.3, a purple sector 1 as we enter the De La Roche chicane here through turns 5 and 6. Trying to avoid a slide as well on corner exit there. Sliding a little bit, but keeping the car under control for the most part. Heading down towards Parabolica now towards the end of the lap. A green second sector, so not as fast as our first sector was by comparison. We'll see what the time overall is like as we enter Parabolica here for the first time on a flying run. Doing is there in front of, running wide there on corner exit. I'm just trying to avoid doing that as best we can. One of the cars pitting, sorry, that's Hadjo in front of us, and towards the line, P3 for us here, 120.2. So 3rd place, but crucially, behind the Haas of Esteban Ocon. So a bit of improvement to be had here. It's P7 for us once everyone's at their first lap. Tsunoda has gone fastest by only 700 to Verstappen, and Gasly is less than a 10th behind in 3rd place. Hamilton 4th, Antonelli 5th, Ocon 6th, and we sit in 7th place, down to 8th now on our final run. So out to Ascari for the 2nd time, looking for a strong into the lap here. We're 8/10ths up. This could be a pole time if things work out well for us here. Have a look at the fastest lap.
Current fastest lap, 1:19.5.
And we're in good stead to beat that here as we round Parabolica for the final time. We're trying to avoid going wide as we did on the first lap. On corner exit, over a second improvement here, pushing towards the line to complete our lap. It could be pole. It is pole.
Fantastic, you've got pole position.
And it couldn't have been a better start to the race weekend. Pole position then for what could be a crucial Italian Grand Prix.
Well, that wraps up qualifying, but don't worry. We'll be back tomorrow as we head into the Grand Prix.
Pole then by 3/10 over Hamilton for the first time this season. Ferrari look up the front row. Verstappen and Tsunoda behind us, P3, P4, Antonelli P5, and it's Gasly, Russell, Ocon, Behrman, and Norris rounding our top 10. McLaren have work to do, but can we get ourselves a victory in Monza? It's now time to find out.
A difficult race awaits these drivers here in Monza, but glory awaits too at the Italian Grand Prix. We're 12 miles northeast of Milan for today's Grand Prix at a Monza circuit where we can expect top speeds of around 215 miles per hour. 11 corners on this 3.6-mile track, with 7 of those coming in the form of chicanes. And with a good slipstream and DRS open, there should be plenty of opportunity for some passing here today. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Cohen lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Tsunoda, Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and Gasly, Russell, Ocon, Behrman, and Lando Norris, Doohan, Hulkenberg, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Lawson, Hadja, Albon, Carlos Sainz, and Fernando Alonso, Stroll, and Oscar Piastri rounds off the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Now, you'll remember back from your racing days, Ant, working with the team and getting to know them is oh so important. And that's what this driver's going through at the moment.
Absolutely, Crofty. It's, you know, it's new for yourself when you arrive maybe into a new team, or you might be an established driver or a rookie. It doesn't matter. Getting to know a whole group of people, a team that works around you, it's vital to get the best out of each other. And in that return, your performance on track improves as well.
Here we go then, no more talking, time for action for the Italian Grand Prix from P1 on the starting grid, locking out the front row with Ferrari and looking for our 6th win of the season here. So strategy is in play, rain is forecast towards the end of the Grand Prix here, so we go with 2 sets of medium tyres and run a set of hards to the end should we need to. We'll all change that depending on weather, we'll have to wait and see later on.
Here we go then, the formation lap gets underway and the excitement here is building as we near ever closer to the start of the race. Which team will come out on top? Who's got their strategies right for today's race? Well, we'll soon find out. As the cars make their way back to the starting grid to form up and get ready for lights out, let's hope the race ahead today is a thrilling one that will go down as a memorable Grand Prix in the history books.
So onto the grid then, mediums and hards for the majority of the field there, but Yuki Tsunoda looking for a stronger first stint. He's starting on the soft tyre for this race. Verstappen there and P3 behind us, of course, looking to try and gain some more points back on us in the World Championship. 5 points separate us from him. There's still plenty of work to be done as Oscar Piastri takes the last spot on the grid thanks to that grid penalty. Can he come back through the order? Have to wait and see. But here come the lights for the Italian Grand Prix, round 12 of the season. 5 races to go in this championship. It's lights out, foot to the floor. We are racing here at Monza. Hamilton with a fantastic start there on our right, going towards turn 1, sliding off the line, and Lewis Hamilton jumps into the lead here at Monza. Tsunoda to our inside, going towards that first chicane, into the very until we come. Yuki looking for P2 in the first corner, can't do it, falls away in turn 2. We'll take full advantage of that and hold on to second place ourselves. So it's still a 1-2 then, emerging from those first few corners, entering Curva Grande for the first time. But crucially, Hamilton leads after turn 3, heading towards the end of the first sector. It's Hamilton in the lead, we sit in second, Yuki Tsunoda third, Gasly fourth, and Verstappen down in P5. On to the end of lap number 2 now, and DRS in play for the first time in this Grand Prix. 2 DRS zones on the circuit.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap of the race.
Fastest lap and confident in our possession now on the run down towards that first corner, closing on Lewis, but not enough to go for a move just yet as Max and Yuki go side by side, those two racing for position. Sorry, Max and Gasly going side by side for P4. Max takes the pace on this occasion, but a lap later, on to lap 4 now, looking for the race we lead for the first time today. Back off our teammate, going to go to the outside, going towards turn 1. DRS to our advantage, going down towards the first braking zone and into the race lead then for the first time in front of the Tifosis. Hamilton tries again through turn 2. Can he try and pull in front on corner exit? He's been very close off of turn number 2 and going towards turn 3. It's dead even between the two Ferraris. Yuki there in third place trying to catch up. Lewis gets in front of us for a split second. Try and round the outside if we can. Going towards the chicane here, making our move to keep ourselves in front of Lewis, who gets in front by Brian Nose there, going into De La Roja, but down the inside we go. Better line going through the chicane and on corner exit, jumping in front and reclaiming the lead as we head towards the 2 Lesmos for the 4th time in this Grand Prix. But Yuki Tsunoda there, right on our tail, now in third place and looking for the race lead on those soft tyres if he can get close enough to us. Gasly back in front of Max and keeping him at bay here as we go through towards the end of the second sector. Ascari coming up at the end of this next straight. Lewis might close in on us with DRS a bit more. If he can get himself close enough, got a good run there, makes his move to the right hand side, and Lewis Lewis may get back in front of us here, pulls clear, going into the Ascari chicane. We'll let him take the place back for now, not going to try and fight him on the way through. So Lewis leads once again, we sit in second, and Yuki right behind us in third place. Poor run out of Ascari, on to lap number 6 now. Our objective is to overtake Lewis before the end of lap number 10. Plenty of time to do it then, but also Yuki's trying to keep him at bay, going through Parabolica once again. He'll have DRS on us on corner exit. Of course, we'll have DRS off of Lewis too, so a chance to make a move, but Yuki going for the pit lane here for the first time in his Grand Prix, and obviously Yuki started on the soft tyre, the lone soft tyre starter in this race, so looking perhaps for a 2-stop in this Grand Prix. And of course, the weather might still play into things here. So what have Red Bull got up their sleeve with the Japanese driver in one of their machines? Verstappen stays out and fights Gasly for what is now third place. Yuki emerges from his pit box. Medium tyres going onto that race car. So definitely a 2-tyre stop. Those mediums can't make it to the end. Sorry, a 2-stop race. The medium tyres can't make it to the end without a shadow of a doubt with 21 laps to go. But Lewis is still our target. Going down towards De La Roche once again. Going to try and outbrake our compatriot. Going into the left-hander and hitting the target and getting around Lewis once again over the curb bit. They're sliding on corner exit. But back in the race lead now. And Verstappen is into third place, Gasly fourth, and welcome Lando Norris to the top 5 of this thing. On to lap number 8, and looking for our first stop of the Grand Prix. Now, the medium tyres have done their job. Got another set of medium tyres to go on to, but at this point, I'm considering a strategy change, because the rain is not looking like it's coming just yet, so the hard tyres, I think, are going to be the sort of tyre of choice here. I want to try and run those hards as long as we can, and if we need to go to the mediums or the inters or the ends, so be it. Into the pit lane we come then, looking for a clean stop to open this race up. There goes Verstappen pitting in front of us, 2.4 second stop, nice and clean, no disturbances, and we are away. Max coming out behind us, also now on a set of medium tyres himself. Gasly on a set of medium tyres. Those guys going for the same sort of strategy as we were going for initially, but emerging from the pit lane here in P12, Verstappen and Gasly behind us by a little bit here. So our focus will be on Yuki Tsunoda now, who's 3 seconds in front, so he's made good advantage in the few laps he's had on his medium tyres, so he's made good time up, and now sits a good few seconds in front of us. Where is Lewis going to be? Because Lewis is behind us, crucially, and on to lap number 12 now, back in the race lead. Hamilton down to P5. Things haven't worked out for Lewis then, but our focus is now on taking Tsunoda back for the race lead, going down towards Ascari, DRS to our benefit, going towards the left hand and making our move towards turn number 8 now, around the outside of Tsunoda and taking the race lead back after a good few laps without it. So through Ascari now, pulling an advantage on Yuki already on corner exit down towards Parabolica.
Rain is forecast in just over 10 minutes time. Rain in 10 minutes.
And our first word on the rain then. So dry is still looking good for now, but 10 minutes till that rain starts to come. And on to that 14 now. The train is starting to build up again, but Yuki still a second behind us. Max in P3, Norris now P4, and Hamilton in P5 as we head down towards the end of the first sector. Once again, safety cars out. So our first safety car then of the afternoon here on lap 14 of the halfway stage of the Grand Prix. And pit-wise, these tyres are okay for now, so we're going to have to stay out under this safety car. What's happened to cause that then? Our focus now shifts to Pierre Gasly, who is fighting Hamilton, and I think Lando Norris going down towards the first corner, but losing out in that battle as Norris makes his way through, going into turn 1, now fights Lewis for position. So Gasly now down in the order here, and then what I think is P6 or P7, and loses the car on corner exit and causes a traffic jam here, gets in front of both Mercedes cars and one of the Haas machines. I think that's Esteban Ocon who got caught behind him, which is ironic given that Ocon caused that traffic jam a few seasons ago in Miami. So he had his fair share doing that in Alpine. But Gasly then in the way, and unfortunately for him down the order. So in terms of strategy then, the hard tyres, as I say, are doing okay, so there's no real point in us pitting at this stage. So we're going to keep our current strategy and going to ignore that second pit stop, because, like I say, the tyre wear seems fine. We've been on those for about 6 laps or so, and it's only done about 20% of tyre wear at worst on the tyres. But Yuki coming back in again for his second stop of the Grand Prix. And does that mean everyone else will follow him into the pit lane? Max is going in, double stack for Red Bull, so everyone's pitting. So we're going to be left out here on worn tyres on lap 16 of this thing. Only us and Kimi Antonelli didn't pit, so Antonelli on his medium tyres, still fairly fresh. Our hard tyres doing okay. So it's going to come down to how well Kimi can hold everyone else behind us.
In just over 10 minutes time.
And still 10 minutes for that rain. There's a safety car coming in very late. Call for the safety car, but coming off of Parabolica now. Got to focus on getting a strong exit compared to everyone else as the green flag flies. Once again, back to racing here with 11 laps to go here at Monza. Back to green flag running again. Antonelli there in P2, but Tsunoda will want to try and get around him as soon as he can here, going down towards that first corner. So we lead. Yuki makes his move to the inside there. Kimi can't cover him off. The rookie is left to fall prey to Yuki in that first corner. Can't quite hold him off, so Yuki may take P2 on corner exit. Yes, he does. Antonelli down to third place, and that could be the start of the fall for the young Mercedes driver through the field here to make her way into Curva Grande, leading by 1.3 seconds now. But by the end of the lap, everyone's close back into us. Yuki within DRS range, but no DRS as of just yet.
Okay, expect to see some rain about 10 to 15 minutes from now.
Yuki makes his move for the race leader, going to the outside, going towards turn 1, but the rain is not coming as of yet. DRS now in play, but that rain looks a bit further away, if anything, going down towards turn 1 as we fight Yuki for the race lead. Bit of contact there going through turns 1-2, and Gasly out of the Grand Prix now. So it's gone from bad to worse for Pierre Gasly. No VSC, no safety car. We're carrying on as we are, but Gasly, unfortunately, out of the Grand Prix after that spin that caused the first safety car in this race. And I assume the car goes in smoke. There it is. And, oh, contact there with one of the RB cars. Not quite sure who that was, whether that was Hadjar or Lawson. But Gasly is out, and it's bad luck continuing on for Alpine. Despite pace being fantastic in recent races for Gasly, today is not his day. He pulls the car over, and that is it for him. On now to lap 18, and Yuki still on our tail here and sliding out of the second Lesmo. And there goes Yuki making his move to the left-hand side now, taking full advantage of that mistake, going down towards Ascari. Once again, Norris closing in now. Norris looking for the race lead from P10 on the starting grid, going towards Ascari, going to outbrake Yuki on the outside and shut the door on him, going through Ascari and maintain the race lead, trying to keep everyone else at bay here. As the track's starting to get a bit cloudier on top of us now on lap 19, but still no sign of that rain as of yet.
So we're expecting rain in about 10 to 15 minutes.
Still looking the same as it stands right now.
Is Lewis. They're faster than you, mate. They're faster than you, so let them through, please.
Team orders at this point of the Grand Prix on lap 19 when Lewis is 1.2 behind us. No way, Jose. We're not giving up any part of our advantage to Lewis as we make our way into the second Lesmo and trying to pull away as best we can is trying to avoid that happening. Hopefully, you can make a pass and take second place back from Lewis in order to postpone that objective as they leave going down towards Ascari here.
Okay, mate, your teammates drop back a bit, so you can just forget about them and focus on your own race now. Get your head down, let's go.
Nice and easy then, but on to lap 22, the pack closes back in once again, and our lead is once again minimised. Our objective now is to try and stay in front of Tsunoda until lap 26, but Hamilton is our main concern with Tsunoda down in P4 here, so going down towards Ascari again. Now it's the two Ferrari drivers fighting for the race win here at Monza as the track gets ever more overcast. Lewis sides into the lead only just there, going into Ascari, so our owners now is trying to get back around him as soon as we can, trying to avoid losing any more places, perhaps to Lando, Yuki or Max behind us. But on to lap 24 now. Max has been no real concern to us in this Grand Prix. 3 laps to go here at Monza, and our focus is now to try and take the lead back off of Hamilton. DRS in play for us, going down towards turn 1. The Tifosi watching their two heroes fighting for P1 at Monza around the outside into the first corner. They have the inside for turn 2, making our way through, squeezing Lewis at the first part of the chicane, and on corner exit getting back in front of him here. But we are running out of time for things to happen in this Grand Prix, and that rain is sort of getting closer, I think, as he pushes into lap 26. The rain has arrived with just over 2 laps to go, and Lewis making his move, got DRS to his advantage, going in towards turn 1, going to nip back in front of him though, and try and take the race lead back on corner exit out of turn number 2, and we are in front of him, but look how fast that rain is falling, and our tyres are still quite worn. It's still one stop in this Grand Prix, and we could be at risk here later on as we enter the Parabolica for the 26th time. 1 more lap to go and we cross the line, but look how poor our entry was there, and drivers are slipping and sliding and falling away here. The Inter's worth it. Going to try and stay out, taking the risk for 1 more lap to try and win this thing. Hamilton pitting, Norris pitting, Verstappen pitting. It's down to 3 cars now in this train. It's down to us, Piastri, and Tsunoda. Piastri starts from P20. What's he doing up here in the race lead? But 1 more lap to go here at Monza, and 1 lap away from potentially a dream win for Ferrari here at the Temple of Speed into turn 1. Horrible entry there, and the hard tyres are struggling. Remember, these two pit under the safety car, so they've got fresher tyres than we do. Sliding out of turn number 2 there and going towards turn 3. It's a real struggle here as the cars behind us pitting onto intermediate tyres. How quickly will they catch us? Will they catch us at all here? Here comes Lando, leading Lewis and Max out on the intermediate tyres, going back towards turn 1, and the chase is now on for those guys to get up towards the front once again. Will they catch us on this final lap? But focus for us still shifts to trying to survive the conditions. Norris about 24 seconds back, 23 seconds back now. He's getting very quickly here. He's getting by almost half a second per second here as you go through turn number 7 and making our move towards the second Lesmo now. Piastri and Tsunoda rising on our tail, equally struggling, but we got a bit worse thanks to our worn tyres. Down towards Ascari then for the final time and trying to get a better exit, trying to slide away using battery to our credit too. Going down towards the last sector. Norris 20 seconds back as they're coming through the first Lesmo now. Hamilton on his tail. They've still got a chance of winning this thing. Stroll is there, might be a roadblock to them in 4th place. We enter Ascari now for the final time. Pressure still on, still got 1 more corner to navigate through Parabolica in a straight time. Piastri on our tail, trying to go for it, trying to go from last to first in this Grand Prix. We've done that before. We know what it's like to win from P20 to P1. Oscar getting closer and closer as he's near the final corner. Yuki in P3 might try and snatch it from both of us here. Got to go for a controlled entry into the final corner here. Through Parabolica we come for the final time and looking for a good exit to seal this win off. The cars behind us won't catch us, but Oscar might go for it here off the last corner. Better exit for the Australian up towards the lights. We're so close to the checker flag. We've done it! Only just! And look how close that was by less than a 10th of a second. Victory at Monza. Only just. It doesn't get any closer than that. We've had several close calls in the rain this season, and we've done it. Victory at Monza for Ferrari, and that's 1 dream succeeded and a big boost towards potentially winning our 3rd Drivers' Championship.
victory in the Italian Grand Prix, an historic race and an achievement they can be immensely proud of.
And that's 2 wins in a row now. It's the start of potentially something special, but they can't get ahead of themselves just yet. It's a long way to go.
Looking at the podium, you can see that red suit familiar to fans across the globe. A world-class win for a world-class team. Ferrari, do it again.
So victory then in quite dramatic fashion, win number 6 of the campaign, and a big step closer towards that 3rd championship to cap off Ultimate Career. 4 races to go. Piastri from P20 to P2, fantastic race for him, and Tsunoda in P3. Those two took the risk with us, and it paid off. We all got on the podium, but it's we who come home with the victory. Celebrations begin on the main straight here at Monza. Verstappen down the order, so big gains for us in the World Championship. Let's have a look now at the final results in this quite crazy Italian Grand Prix, and where that leaves us with just a quarter of a season left to go.
And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport action. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more Formula One.
So Stroll takes P4 and off the podium. Norris takes home 5th. Hamilton 6th. Verstappen fell to 7th at the end. He didn't have a good race today. Russell 8th. Doing 9th to get some points for Alpine despite Gasly's retirement. And Fernando Alonso finishes in the last points paying place in P10. Obviously Gasly, the only retirement from this Grand Prix. So where does that leave us then? It leaves us 24 points clear of Verstappen. We're in the driving seat now with 4 races to go. Norris likely out of it at this stage. He was out of it a while ago, truthfully. But now it's a 2-horse race, and we've got a fantastic chance here, and 24 points behind Red Bull too. So with a good chance here, potentially try and take the Constructors' Championship from Red Bull. But guys, that'll do it then for this episode. Hope you did enjoy it. I'm sorry if the microphone wasn't fantastic. I'm using new mics and getting used to it. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more future F1 content. An absolutely fantastic day, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.